Welcome, welcome. Welcome to another episode of Spookytober. Hi, everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. What's poppin'? Welcome to day 9. Get in here. We're about to paint something spooky. So, guess you already see what we're painting today. We're painting it. It's gonna be exciting. Grab your sketchbooks and some good vibes. Welcome to everybody out there. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. Yes, indeed. So we're painting with gouache today. My moderator extraordinaire will be in the comments periodically to kind of help you guys out if you need any help with the materials that we're going to be using. If you happen to be watching this pun the replay, go ahead and play this in the background as you kind of move through your day and get creative, get spooky, get into the Halloween mood. But we're gonna go over what we're kind of painting with briefly. I got my different types of gouache that I'm gonna be using, which you can use any gouache that you have available. I got Holbein, I got Arteza on deck, and then I have some jelly gouache and some other stuff going on. But you can use anything, like I said. I got my little porcelain palette here, already filled with different wonderful colors. Reference photo. I will be putting this in the Discord as well as on the Facebook group later on this evening. And last but not least, my favorite brushes in the whole wide world. Yes, indeed. But you know what it is? Before we even get into it, share this video. Love it, like it, okay? And here's some of the brushes that I'm going to use. I use these brushes all the time. So if you're new to the channel, maybe you don't know, but these are my favorite brushes in the whole wide world. My black velvet kind of fluffy brushes that I use on a regular basis. I have these in 2 different sizes. And then I have a flat brush that I use to kind of do kind of like my flat washes and the different types of things that I have going on. So yes, yes, and yes. And I also have my other favorite brand, Princeton. Okay, that I'm going to be using. These are all round brushes except the flat brush that I'm going to use them for background. So yeah. And then I have my 2 cups of water off to the side. I'm going to move my beautiful candle. And we're going to get started, you guys. How's everybody doing out there? How is everybody doing? I'm going to put this up here. Hopefully you have a reference photo too. Well, you will once I kind of get through this. You can see him off to the side. Yes, and yes. Let me kind of turn this up a little bit so you can kind of see what's going on. Turn it up, turn it up. Yes, now you can see him. Look at his face. So beautiful. Yes. So, how's everybody doing out there? Are you loving this Friday? We're gonna jump right on in. Of course, I always like to like pre-wet my stuff, get it together, and all the things before I even get started with anything. And I'm gonna start with his hair and kind of work my way down. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them down below. But if you happen to be pun the replay, you can also put it down in the comments. And I always answer questions, you guys. Always, always. Okay. Happy Friday. So I have so many stories to kind of tell you guys to kind of get ready. Hello out there. Hello. Hey, Shaka is in the house. Tanya, how are you, honey? How are you feeling? Welcome. I think this is probably our first live stream together, right? Yes, welcome, honey. How are you feeling today? Happy Friday. So I'm going to answer your questions periodically. So just in case I miss anything, feel free to kind of reiterate it, put it down in the chat again. But we're gonna get things popping. Sorry if you hear any background noise. It is Friday, so fam is in the house. Yes. So I'm gonna pre-wet this. Of course, I like to get it moist. Get uh-uh. Uh-uh. Sorry, you guys. They can hear your conversation, you know. Everybody's gonna hear your conversation. Girl, I can't. So you can see I'm kind of pre-wetting it and all the things. We're gonna just wet his hair. As you can see from like the photo and the thumbnail, the hair is super duper wild. This movie actually came out. Let's talk about the original. The original movie came out in 1990, you guys. And with the original movie, it was like, I feel like it was like Stephen King's, as you know, Stephen King, he wrote the original screenplay, he wrote the original book, and they adapted it from the book and kind of turned it in to like a thing, right? And of course, every Stephen King kind of thing is gonna be insane. Uh I'm gonna use these two different reds to kind of do the hair. And I'm actually gonna use a little bit of yellow too. Now that I think about it, I'm gonna use a little bit of yellow, a little bit of red, and I guess a lot of red today, right? So yeah, the original screenplay, and we're gonna make sure we're gonna water this down quite a bit. So I'm gonna use a little more yellow than red. And why do I want to do that? Because I want to kind of start you, as I kind of talked about yesterday, with gouache, with watercolor. You want to start with like, you know, a light wash, very watered down wash first, and then you go on to like do the different layers. And of course, I have my blow dry off to the side. See, look at that. We're getting a bloom, 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 bloom. We're getting that bloom. And then I have my paper towels kind of like off to the side. So I'm gonna like do this. And of course, because it's already kind of pre-wet, this is gonna dry really like light. It's gonna dry light. It's gonna dry light. So really, you don't even need a lot of color, especially when you're dealing with like the Holbein, which is like it's highly pigmented because it's like it's like a professional grade kind of thing. Yeah. Welcome to everybody that's live. Welcome, you guys. Can you put that on vibrate? Okay. Thanks. Bruh, I can't. Can you put it on vibrate, sis? Look at that. I mean, the hair's coming through already. So I put a lot more yellow kind of down here and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, like I said, once this kind of dries, once that pre-wash kind of dries, then it's gonna get like that full bloom of like beautiful color and stuff like that. It's gonna dry really, really light. That's what's gonna happen here, right? So let's kind of look at the do anybody have any questions? Hello, I'm good and yourself. I'm doing well, honey. Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you guys are here to chill with me. I hope you are ready for some spooky vibes, some like chill art vibes. We all know art is proven to lower blood pressure and do other fun activities. So yeah, okay, so we're kind of good with the hair. I'm feeling happy with it. I'm gonna leave it for now. I'm not even gonna mess with it. And I mean, actually, I want to kind of dry it. So I feel like I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna dry. I maybe I won't mute you guys quite yet. I'll wait to mute you. But yeah, we're gonna dry it. Are you guys ready? 1, 2, 3, and boom. All right, boom, blackout, and we're back and better than ever. All right, so I just wanted to do a quick dry because I don't want that to bleed into the rest of the stuff that I'm doing. We want to keep it classy, keep it sassy, keep it all in one area, right? So yeah, basically, when the movie kind of came out, when it like they adapted the original book or whatever in 1990, I was like 10 years old when this movie came out. And I was really scared of this movie kind of when it first came out because I was like, damn, killer clown. It's like a killer clown. And if you this is actually like a readaptation. Like this particular photo I got is basically of the newer It or New Pennywise. So it's not of the original character, which was way more kind of cartoony and like scary or whatever. It was absolute insanity. Um, okay, so let's kind of get into his face. His face is pretty light. It's pretty light, pretty bright. So I'm gonna get just a smidge of blue and a lot of white. And that's pretty much gonna turn this what I want it to be, right? It's pretty much gonna make it into what I want it to be. Which is like a light kind of blue-esque type of thing. We want it to be like a light blue-esque type of thing. So you want to just add a lot of white. You don't really need too much blue for real. But you want enough where you can kind of get, you know what I mean? Pick up the color and stuff. So you want enough of that to kind of go where you need it to go, right? So yeah, it was like basically when this movie first came out, I was like, damn, this movie is scary, because I'm like, damn, and I don't even think the original had this clown like in, I really don't think the original had him like in the sewer. I don't think he was in the sewer in the original. I think he was more like out of the sewer, kind of like lurking around and talking to the little kids in the neighborhood. His whole thing was kind of walking around and getting all the little kids in the neighborhood and stuff like that. That was his whole jam. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, no, sir. That was his whole jam to get people in the neighborhood and kind of kidnap them and stuff like that. I feel like he adapted this his whole screenplay and all the things. I feel like he adapted it from like not even adapted it, but I feel like it came from the inspiration for this whole manuscript or whatever was basically from the movie where they kind of documented the serial killer. What was his name? Ed something. Ed Gein, Ed something. That was his name. So it was a serial killer that was called that, like back in the 70s and 80s or whatever. And it could have been earlier than that, maybe the 70s. There was a serial killer that was associated with that. All right, so I'm kind of watering this down, chatting at the same time. Chat like you do. And of course, it looks blue. It's kind of blue. Well, it is blue. But blue is the new black. It's the new gray for real. If you really think about it, it is blue is gray. It looks gray to the eye, especially like a light gray. So we're gonna do the whole thing kind of like a blue. Now, if you was doing this like an acrylic, then you can kind of go straight in with like the gray and kind of keep it moving. But like I said, you want to start from a place of doing light to dark type of thing. So that's kind of where we going with that. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? So today was an absolute crazy bonkers day because it was like so much things going on in the news. Like this lady, like I don't even understand how people think sometimes. I swear. This lady, she like was dating this guy, picked up the guy in Texas, of course. Um she picked up this guy, all the things. Of course, I got to tell you like a spooky. It's not even a spooky story, but it's like a horrible kind of like weird story because it is Halloween. But yeah, she like picked up this guy, dating the guy, whatever, and he of course loses his mind, and he ends up basically murdering her children. Um, and I was like, oh my god, no. What in the hell is going on? I swear the world is going from to hell in a freaking handbasket. That's why I was like, I'm so happy I have my art and my sanity. Because I think I would like lose my freaking mind. Let me know if my audio is good, y'all. If I'm too loud or too low, let me know. Don't be afraid to be like, oh, you a little too loud, or I can't hear you at all type of thing. Let us sis know. Okay. So yeah. I don't know what the hell is going on, people. That's I'm like, the world is going to hell in a handbasket, boy. So I was like, let me teach my art and just mind my business for real. Because people out here losing their minds. I can't. It's a terrible, terrible thing, man. All right, so his whole face is blue. He's blue. We all blue. Because I mean, if you really think about it, in the picture, the whole thing, his face and his kind of dress or whatever you call it. It's like a bonnet thing. It's like a sort of blouse. I don't even want to call it a blouse, but his dress and his blouse, it kind of looks the same, right? I don't feel like it's too much of a difference for real. I don't. Ba 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 ba. So yeah, people, honey, people losing their minds. Mm-mm-mm. Losing it. But how you guys doing? What funny stories have you been hearing, or what stories have you guys been doing? It's good. Okay, good, good, good. I'm glad. Thank you so much for letting me know it's good. Yeah. So what are you guys watching right now on TV? What are the good shows? What are you doing for Halloween? And most importantly, are you enjoying the series? Are you feeling the series? That's the most important thing. I mean, we're almost at the end, you guys. Can you believe it? 10 days kind of flies by out of nowhere. I swear it does. Absolute insanity. But if you're enjoying this, don't forget to share it out. You guys share it, love it, like it. Share it with a creative friend. We all need a little escape from whatever's going on in the day, whatever drama we have going on, right? Okay, so we're gonna dry again because we need to dry it again. You know the drill, you guys. We always gotta be like drying in between and kind of getting our lives together and all the things. So let's do it. Let's mute. I'm gonna mute you guys this time so you don't have to hear all the like and go. All right, and we're back and better than ever. All right, so let's kind of look at our reference photo and see what's going on. I mean, you don't necessarily have to follow the reference photo. You can kind of do what you want and kind of feel the vibes and kind of flow through as you see fit. You know what I'm saying? What are you guys actually doing on this rainy Friday? Is it raining where you are? That's the question of the day. Is it raining? Are you guys feeling like are you starting to feel like the fall blues yet? I don't know why a lot of people be like, "Oh, I love the fall season." I mean, I like the winter time for like certain holidays. Like I love the holidays as far as Thanksgiving. I love Halloween. We know that, right? Um so let's kind of like look in here. So we got a lot of shadow here. We got some shadow going up here, there. So usually I do like a red kind of background or whatever, but his hair is already kind of red. So I'm going to end up making the background probably pretty dark. So this is where but again, this is where artistic license can kind of pop in and jump in because you can kind of decide like what you want to do with whatever you're doing. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah. Um I haven't decided what I want to do yet. I had to like brain freeze for a minute. And I'm like, what do I want to do? So anyway, yeah, I think I'm gonna make his hair a lot darker. We want to like go really, really dark on the sides and stuff like that. And then we're kind of gonna go like really dark. You want to just like think about the shadows and stuff like that. Those are the things I kind of think about. But I'm gonna fill in his eyes first. His eyes seem to be really like I don't even know what color this is. Yellow. It looks yellow. Maybe yellow. Let's go with like a yellow and keep it moving. Yes and yes. Let's go with a yellow. Yellow belly? You are yellow. Okay. So yeah, what are you guys actually watching for the spooky season and what would you actually be doing during the season? What is your favorite season? Grabbing what? I'm actually gonna get a smaller brush so I can be able to go in. You want to grab the brush that goes with the size of whatever you're doing, yes? Yes, indeed. All right, cool. So let's kind of go in and like do some stuff in there, kind of figure out our life, get our lives together. I'm gonna grab another mixing palette so I can have something to kind of mix off to the side here. To get my life together because I need to have like a really like darker kind of thing going on. So I'm gonna get this. I like to mix my own dark colors, as you know, like you do. I like to mix my own dark colors. All right, so I got a little bit of that brown into that blue, and that's going to give me that dark value. You see that? That turned really, really dark right there. It's just dark. It's dark, baby. Even though it's not black, but it looks black. So it's like what you would call like a monochromatic black. You know what I'm saying? If you guys have any questions, go ahead and put them down, darling. Put them down. Woo! I keep losing my reference photo. I've lost it. She's lost it, darling. So yeah, it's like, now what? His eyes is a little dark, even though they're not totally dark, because it still has a little bit of light in it. So I'm gonna add a little bit of kind of white to do like a gray, because I don't want it to be like totally dark. You guys can't see that anyway because it is it's still kind of like turned out. You can hear that rain. I love the rain, you guys. I love the rain. Mm-hmm. It's all right if it turned out a little dark, because you could always kind of like water it down or do whatever you feel like you need to do. I'm gonna actually zoom in and see how we do with that. Let's zoom in, baby. Here we go. Here we blow. All right, I need to fix that. I need to like get that out of the way. This is a good time to kind of clean up whatever edges you feel like you need to clean up too. And then you can kind of like water this stuff down if you feel like you need to water it down. And then I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna just, and I just pretty much have water on my brush at this point, so it's not even like a lot of pigment, but I want to kind of spread out like some of this, like whatever, you know, some of this whatever. So we can have like little gray haze. All right, and then I'm gonna put my red. Might as well go straight in with the red, right? Why not? Let me kind of zoom back out. You guys ready? And boom. So I'm gonna go straight in with this for real. Why not? Like you do. Let me get some of that, like that dark brown mixture I just mixed up. I'm gonna put that in too. And you want to be careful. Like brush pressure. Brush pressure is like really, really important. Like how you, what I mean by that is like how you like do your brush, you know. You got to be like nimble. I don't even know how to explain it, but you got to be like really, really nimble. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be quiet on this one. I'm gonna be really, really quiet, and of course, my hand is gonna be on the way, cause yeah, I know some people be complaining about that. But you gotta be really nimble. You know what I'm saying? In order to be nimble, I need to. I think we nailed that color. What do you guys think? Like something like that, you want to definitely kind of think about like your brush strokes and practicing. You could even go like on a piece of paper and like practice doing swirls, practice going like thin lines, heavy lines, you know, so that you could be able to make these. And it does help if you have um if you have the right brush. And you know, you concentrate and don't breathe, don't move, just that's what I be doing sometimes. Like, don't breathe. Just concentrate. When you're doing these like thin lines, that's another reason I like these brushes here, because they hold their point. You know what I mean? That looks good. It's already popping, exactly, right? With just that little, I mean, you'd be surprised how like the littlest thing can make something just pop. Sometimes, you know, I mean, we all do it, right? We get like caught up. Sometimes we get so caught up in something and we're like, damn, it looks so ugly. I don't know what happened. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know what to do. And then you don't even realize that all you needed to do is put some highlights. All you needed to do is do a bop, 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 or add some color or add a little more shadow. A lot of times we give up a lot of times in between, and we don't even take the time to even realize what we need to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little too giddy. You getting too giddy, girl. Yeah. So while I have this kind of color on, I'm going to do the same color on his nose because it goes on his nose, right? So I'm going to do the same thing. So that's a fun thing about this particular project is that, yeah, he has all these fun little details. That's kind of why I picked this. Uh, this is part of the reason why I picked it. I mean, of course, the other reason is they didn't have many good movies left back in the 90s. Let me just kind of zoom in so you guys can see what I'm doing. Boom. So we didn't have a lot of like good movies left in the 90s. I feel like that's when they started to do all these like whack remakes, and you know, like all the originality kind of went out of the door. And then people was like scrambling trying to find something. And I'm not talking about Stephen King in particular, because you know, Stephen King, this is his kind of thing or whatever, right? I'm not necessarily talking about him. Wait a minute, hold on, you guys. Hold up, wait a minute. Wait, let me finish this line first. Yeah, so I'm not talking about Stephen King in particular. I'm talking about, because Stephen King, he is an awesome horror writer. He always brings that fire. So I'm not talking about him. It doesn't matter what decade. I mean, he brings it in 2020, 1989. I mean, he brings that fire no matter what he does, right? He's always here to bring the fire, bring the noise, okay? He didn't come to play. Y'all know what I say. He didn't come to play. He came to slay. All right, hold up, you guys. I gotta check something really, really quickly. Because I want to just make sure um my sound is not sounding crazy. My sound is not sounding crazy. Okay, cool. Cool. I want to make sure because sometimes I'm like, okay, sometimes how it sound to me is not how it be sounding on y'all end. So I was like, let me make sure it's not sounding crazy. All right, cool. So yeah, like I was saying, Stephen King he be bringing that fire. He don't be coming to play. You know what I'm saying? He do not be coming to play. Let's get a close up here. Look at that forehead though. Like, stop playing. That's like a 5 head, a 6 head, 7 head. We don't know. What is it? That's like a 5 head for real. I wish I could have did the whole thing like with the whatever. All right, y'all don't want to see that full close up, do y'all? Oh man, that's funny. So yeah, I mean his this red color kind of goes straight up and down into the lips as well. So I'm gonna get a little bit of that, but I feel like that's a little bit of a different red. That's what I feel. Let me see. Ooh. Ooh. No ma'am. Oh god, I shouldn't have did that. We shouldn't have done that. Why are you doing that, ma'am? That's not even the right thing that I want, but I'm gonna leave it. We're gonna go with it. Because at least it's kind of lighter than what I want. It was kind of like a different thing altogether. It's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, she built different. Like, he didn't come to play. He came to slay. I swear I'm gonna keep saying that the whole time. I think this might end up being like one of my faves for real. I'm not even gonna lie. It might just be one of my faves. Alright, so I'm gonna take a little bit. I'm gonna like kind of lift out some of this color. Because I want. Alright, so his teeth is like really yellow and weird, like most people's teeth, right? So let's kind of get some white, little bit of yellow in there. I'm gonna make these teeth really like grimy. Yo, you know what? I want to dry. Let's dry. Dry time. Woo, it's looking good already, you guys. Look at it. And I still gotta go in and do some stuff with his hair, kind of like fill in like different parts of the hair. But it's looking good. Okay. All right. So let's go in and dry. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, and go. Whew, that's hot. All right, cool. Boom. Okay, let's kind of go in and do his eyeballs really quickly. That's more like a yellow. So I'm gonna use both. I'm gonna use the same color for like both things. What the hell's going on? And you can do any color yellow. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't need to be my color, but I personally enjoy yellow ochre better than anything else. But it don't have to be yellow ochre, honey. Any yellow will do. It's looking good. What do y'all think? It's looking good. It's popping. It's popping. Hey. Man. Yeah, my singing days is over. That's what happened. We have like 25 years of smoking. That's what happened. Your singing voice is over, honey. You know? Do your day job. Don't quit your day job. Is that what they say? Don't quit your day job. All right, so we're gonna use the same yellow, and we're gonna go in and kind of do his teeth. You know, he has to have like those nasty, kind of like yellow teeth, right? Like you do. I mean, I feel like the yellower the better. That's just gonna make him like seem more grimy, like ew. I mean, we all know those people. Like they come up to you and they got some yellow ass teeth, badass breath, and you're like, ew. You need to go away. Calm down. Don't talk to me. Like, ew. I think I'm having a little bit too much fun. Like, ew. Don't talk to me. Okay, just calm down. We don't want to see it. So yeah, I feel like that's what it is, right? That's what you get. So it's coming together, y'all. Look at it. Look at it. I mean, pretty much I feel like you know, and then you like put like a little bit of like red, kind of like watered down, right up under there, because you know you gotta have like a thin ass lip at the top to kind of bring it home, honey. Like, why are your lips so thin? Calm down. Like, why are your lips so thin? Why? Somebody help her. Somebody help him. Oh man. Thank you so much, V. I'm glad you liking it so far. I'm so happy. Like, oh my god. So y'all, my son is like obsessed with Spookytober. I thought I was bad. Like he's been really like doing his art thing for real. He's been like every time I finish a live video, he's like, "Mom, did you tell them about my did you tell them about my art? Did you let them know?" So he already trying to do the plug. He trying to get the plug already, y'all. He trying to get his art out there already, okay? He already done caught the art bug for real. It's so funny. He's like, I'm trying to get my art out there. I'm just trying to live, Mom. I'm just trying to live my best life, okay? That's what I'm trying to do, Mom. And I'm like, okay, son, calm down. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let me stop playing around. I want to go in and I want to kind of like reinforce his hair a little bit. And I'm going to go in with like this a darker kind of whatever here. Um like the burnt sienna, a little bit of red, whatever. And really I feel like that's too dark. So let's kind of go in Let's kind of keep with the burnt sienna kind of vibe. And the only reason I'm gonna go in with that because like in here, right? We're gonna kind of drop these gems inside here. Just to get like the hair kind of flowing and yada yada yada, right? Just to get his hair flowing. All right, so then I'm gonna actually gonna water this down. Because I don't want this to kind of dry up on me. So I'm gonna water it down a little bit. And I forgot to mention that I'm actually using acrylic gouache. Um, so basically acrylic gouache is basically like regular. It's almost like acrylic, but it's not because you can kind of like water it down type of thing. So, yeah. But once it dries, it's permanent. It's kind of like permanent. So I'm just getting like some dark color like in between here just to give him like some dark color over here. Just to give him like some dark colors. Oh my god. Dun, 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 dun. And I'm pretty much going to do the same thing like right here. Right at the base of the hair, I'm pretty much just going to go in and kind of do like my whole thing, right? Because I mean, you would have shadow right there anyway, right? At the base of the hair, you're going to have like a lot of shadow. And then I'm just going to like blend this out. So it's not like like a whole thing. We're just going to blend it, baby. Blend it. And I was trying to get on to Netflix and kind of watch some spooky shows, but all I've been seeing is the blasted Squid Game. What do you guys think of Squid Game? Like for real. Let's kind of talk about it because it's not really my jam. I'm not even gonna lie. It's not my fave. I'm not really feeling it like that. I'm not gonna lie. Some people say it's overrated. Some people say it's not. I mean, I know a lot of people really like Squid. Like a lot of people love Squid Game right now. They're like really, really enjoying it. I mean, I think they made like $23 million or something in the last month. That whole franchise made like $23 million, which is absolute fucking insanity. You can see how I feel about it. Like, why? Like, why are you making that much money? I don't. Somebody explain it to me. People, I want to know, like, for real, like people that really, really enjoy Squid Game kind of state your case. Like, let me know what's the deal with it. What's the dealio? What's the 411 on it? Like, what's the real deal about it? Because I'm like, no, sis, we don't want to see that. Mm-mm. I think number one too. I'm not down with subtitles either. I don't really like that. I can't get it. I can't get into it. Can't really do subtitles. So I'm just going in. I'm still kind of like reinforcing, um, like this whole thing right here, like the whole shadow. You want to give him like this big forehead, right? So the more we kind of reinforce that shadow in there at the base of the skull, the more it's going to give him like this big giant forehead. Right? Yeah, so like nobody can really explain to me what is the deal, yo. You know what I'm saying? With it for real. People are more like, oh, it's just so good. Like I can watch. Like I'm not trying to watch subtitles, sis. You know what I'm saying? All right, so I put a little. I put actually like more red, more of like a richer color. I really added a lot of like kind of thing in here. Your mood swings. So I'm kind of digging that. Like if you get like a bloom or you get like an area that you really like, just leave it and then dry it at that point, and it'll kind of like stay there wherever it is. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm like, am I really feeling that? No, ma'am, not really. I don't think it's as many, but then again, I was never really into like karate movies or anime or any of that stuff either. So I guess you gotta like anime. Is that what it is? Maybe you have to like anime in order to enjoy Squid Game. I'm thinking that's what you gotta do. Like a lot of like people like that are heavy into YouTube right now. Like a lot of like my streamer friends or people that I know, whatever that um are really heavy into like making content for the internet or whatever, my content creative friends. So I'm kind of digging this like red. So I think that kind of did it for me, is adding a little bit of red. So that's what you can do, like add a little bit of red to the base of the hair. Anyway, so like my little content creator friends or whatever, I said little. um and I'm just dabbing pretty much, like dabbing like this, whatever. Anyway, so a lot of them are like, oh, if you want to like blow up, you could do Squid Game. You could paint Squid Game. That's what I should have did. But then I felt like it was kind of inauthentic for me to even go there and do that, right? So I'm like, why would I do that to myself? So I could be freaking in hell for like 3 hours while I paint Squid Game. Like that would be like torture. And then what would I talk about? Cause like I'm not gonna watch it. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, you want to blow up? Get on that Squid Game action right now. I'm like, okay, go ahead, do your thing, sis. That's kind of why what I be trying to tell people for real. I was trying to tell people like, yo, you don't have to go along with the masses or what other people are talking about. Like sometime you may have to like follow through with your own dreams, your own kind of like way of doing things. Sometime you may have to go against the grain. But you know what? I'm the type of person where I've always kind of like going against the grain anyway. Like I don't want to be like nobody else. I want to be number one. I want to be the person that's like bringing you stuff you ain't never seen before. I don't really want to be, you know, that whatever. I'm not really feeling it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I mean. Hopefully y'all know what I mean. Hopefully you know exactly what I'm talking about. Alright, so I'm gonna bring a little bit of that up because it looked like a little bit. And then I'm gonna dry it. We're gonna dry. I mean, we could dry, or we could kind of just move on and let it dry on its own and kind of do whatever. All right, so I'm kind of happy with the hair for now. I'm not gonna mess with it anymore because then it's gonna end up bleeding and doing all this like other weird acts here. But it's all right. So I had to bust out in song for a minute. I had to bust out in song for a minute, darling. Okay. So we want to get. I already have. Oh man. All right. Let me see if I can re-wet this. Yeah. See, look at it. It dried up on me. You dried up on me. Why? All right. I'm gonna put a little bit in here. I actually want to get a little bit of black and white, and it's really just blue. I don't know what this is. Burnt sienna, ultramarine blue, and a little bit of white, and then like you mix in pretty much a lot of white. And that'll give you kind of like a gray. And little known fact, right? A lot of people don't know, if you add all the colors together, like the primary colors plus black and white, that'll give you gray, right? It'll be like a whole thing, right? So I'm kind of happy with that gray. I'm gonna go in and kind of do like a little bit of shadow underneath to kind of figure out where I need to be. Where does she need to be, darling? All right, we're gonna go here. Cause in here, he has a lot of like little shadow or whatever. Hopefully you guys can see that. So I'm gonna kind of like work my way around and kind of figure out what I want to do here. And of course, I'm still gonna end up kind of like outlining a lot of this stuff. Cause you know he has like this ruffle type of thing, right? So that's pretty much what I'm doing right here. It's kind of adding like little bits, and this is like a this is like a mid-tone gray, right? It's not even that harsh of like a gray. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about. I'm not like geeking out over color, because I can tend to kind of do that sometimes, is geek out over color, and then people are like, what are you talking about? I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of hard for me. I mean, I feel like color is hard, period, right? It is. So I'm putting a little bit of gray, like little, and it's just like little shadows here and there, just to kind of give it the illusion of whatever. Like it's the illusion that it has all of these different ruffles, all these different things kind of going on. Um, but yeah, I mean, and then we're gonna put a little bit here, like in his ear, because we want to let that to like recess into the background, kind of, sort of, right? A little bit, a little bit, right? And then it's just like raining. It's raining, sis. It's raining out here. And you'd be surprised what a little bit goes a long way, right? Very long way. And see, this is some little bit of like strokes of like gray or whatever is really kind of doing the trick. Yeah. It's really kind of like doing the trick. And I'm just adding like little lines here, right? To kind of give it the illusion that boom, 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 that we have a lot going on, da 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 da. Right? And you can do that, yeah? You can kind of do that and give it the illusion like boom. And see how I basically just outlined it pretty much. You really think about it, I just pretty much went in and did a lot of outlining. Lots of outlining. So I'm going to take that same gray color and that's a pretty easy way. I'm going to take this same gray color and I'm going to use that same gray color in his eye. Basically his eyeball, whatever you want to call it. Because as we know, eyes are not really white, right? There are so many different things, so many different things, so many different colors. Not really white. I know a lot of times, if you actually even like watch different cultures of people, right? If you like look at different cultures of people, like people from the Caribbean, um, people from certain like parts of South America, whatever. The whites of their eyes are. Can you do it like that? Yeah. Hold on, y'all. I need to focus. I'm getting distracted talking. But you see how that gray outline, like, come on, honey, come on, sis. That kind of like made things pop off for real, right? What was I saying? What was I saying? So yeah, if you're upon the replay, that's right. If you're upon the replay, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell. We on the road to 10K, you guys. Yo, I'm trying. That's a real goal for real. I'm trying to reach 10K. I'm trying to help 1,000 content creators and artists kind of do their things, pay it forward, doing all the things I wish I had when I first became an artist, right? That's what it's all about. That's the name of the game. I gotta fix my camera. Hold on, y'all. Y'all going on a ride. You're going on a ride. Hold on. There we go. All right, good. I just realized so yeah. Like I was saying, I was taking y'all on a history lesson for real. Certain parts of the Caribbean, certain people. Ooh, there was another ruffle there that I missed, y'all. I missed another ruffle. I think it was supposed to be something here, but I'm not even going to get into too much detail on that. We don't have to get into too much detail because we're going to do an outline anyway. So let's dry and all that. But let me make this point before we dry. Certain parts of people and certain, if you like pay attention to this, like people or whatever, and people from certain parts of the world, their sclera or the whites of their eyes are like really red and like I notice a lot of like I know a lot of Jamaican people. My daughters have Jamaican and a lot of their eyes are like, they have a lot of like webbing and redness and yellowness in the sclera of their eyes. Like if you don't know, you won't really notice, but it's that's what it is. And I don't know where's that from, but I noticed that the whites of their eyes are totally different than the whites of other people's eyes. And that's from like staring in, in their eyes. Very odd, very odd facts. This is what you've come here for, okay? Very odd, very weird facts of life here, okay? So I hope you guys are happy. Anyway, let's dry, and then we'll kind of come back to like our rare facts about nonsense, right? All right, let's mute. 1, 2, 3. All right, and we're back and better than ever. We're back and better than ever. Okay, y'all. All right, so I need to do an outline on the eye, on his eye. Okay. If I can find my micron pen, I'm about to whip out the micron pens here. Yeah. Ooh. Or you can use like a colored pencil. Maybe I can just go in and use a colored pencil. I think I could use a colored pencil. I really like these are my favorite color pencils in the whole wide world, you guys. You can see it. I guess I can use green. Why not? And this is a good way to do outlines, and you can kind of like whatever. And this is actually ended up being green, or maybe I could do a blue one. I don't think it really matters. The problem is if I go in and kind of do whatever, I think that's going to end up, let me see. Yeah, it kind of works out. Because there's a lot of people that actually go in. Let me zoom in so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Ooh, he looks scary. You look scary, darling. A lot of people actually go in. They use colored pencil in conjunction. They actually go in and they kind of use colored pencil in conjunction with their watercolors. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then I'm gonna put his little pupil there. With the colored pencil. Now his eyes is peeking out at you like, in the sewer. Do you want some candy? Oh, so there was a meme going around a couple of years ago, and it was like, what would you do, like as an artist? What would you do for for some art supplies? Like if he was calling you from the sewer, like, psst, psst, ma'am, come here. I'll give you some art supplies if you come down here in the sewer. I'll give you $1,000 for Blick. For Blick art supplies. Would you go down there? Okay. And a lot of artists would have been got. Okay. Me included, right? Guilty. Guilty. Right? I would have definitely been in there. Like swimwear. Like, yo, I'm willing to do something. Doing V is like, girl, bye. Girl. Oh man, you like, absolutely not. That's funny. Girl, bye. Who willing to do it? That listen, Linda. A lot of people willing to do something a little strange for a little change. Stop playing, okay? All right. Oh man, that's funny. For real. I guarantee you people be willing to do a little something a little strange for some change. Like call you down like, yo, what's happening? Like, psst, ma'am, I need you to come down here for a minute. I'm lost. I lost my balloon down here in the and in the sewer of all things. Like, really? You know what I'm saying? In the sewer of all things. I can't. Mm. So yeah, I'm liking these little things. So I just used a little bit of color pencil for that. So you can actually go in and do that if you wanted to. Like even if you have like a red or you have like a water. I know V, you have like watercolor markers or watercolor crayons, I think you said. Even if you have like watercolor crayons, you can kind of go in and be like, yo, I'm gonna just like do this whole thing, like put some more shadows in here. Let me zoom out so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So you're like, oh, I'm gonna put some more shadows in here, and we're gonna do the whole thing, and yada yada yada, right? Yes, we are. Yes, indeed. You know. We ain't messing with Tim with Tim Curry. Oh my god, that's crazy. It's funny. I can't. Oh look, I have a pink one. I have a pink one, y'all. So I have a bunch of these anyway. I have a bunch of these like Prismacolor pencils. So you can actually go in and you can add these extra details if you want. And like if you want to go in with some pink, you can add the pink. And these are water soluble. So you can kind of go in with all these different kind of things and do whatever. You know what I mean? Like if you wanted to go in with a little bit of pink and add a little bit of details, you could. Like it would be time consuming if you wanted to kind of do this. I mean, I've never like felt like I wanted to do it, but I feel like it was worth kind of mentioning. Um, if you want to kind of get into like some full blown like projects or whatever, I really feel like it's worth mentioning. And then it kind of adds like a cute haze, right? This pink is adding, it's kind of giving me life, right? It's giving me life. Of course, I gotta have some pink somewhere. Like, let me live my best life. Why not? Okay. Why not? Why can't I live my best life, huh, sis? Why? So I can kind of go in with this pink. just to add a little something, something, right? And it's like very subtle, a subtle pink haze. I really like it. Or you could just go in with the what's name, right? And kind of do your thing. All right, so let's put that down. We're gonna outline now, okay? We kind of got his eyes where we want them. He looks exactly how I pictured him, how I wanted him, and that never happens. You know that. You know that as an artist, 9 times out of 10, that never happens. It never happens the way you picture it in your head. Like you see a painting in your head, you're like, okay, that's dope. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I usually visualize something before I actually do it, right? So I can see it in my head, like, okay, boom, this is what we're gonna do. I don't think I'm gonna outline his hair. I think I'm gonna leave that because we want that to be kind of like pure and like a whole thing. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give. I will go in with the eyes though. Just to kind of outline that and get it together. I don't think I'm gonna mess with his face like that at all. Because I'm kind of digging the way it is, but to stay with the true fashion of like where I'm going with the series and stuff like that, I am gonna go in and kind of do my outlines and whatever, right? You gotta kind of do your outlines. I think next I'm gonna be doing, and then I'm kind of like doing these little swiggly digglies to kind of reinforce that whole 19th century yada yada, right? Right? You gotta kind of reinforce that whole thing. Yeah. Reinforce it, darling. Reinforce it. I'm gonna take it way on down there. You see how that really kind of just made that whole thing pop, 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 pop. Get your lives together, right? Pop, 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 and get your life together. And let's go ahead and outline him, and then he's supposed to have like another kind of ruffle down there. Lots of ruffles going on. Lots of ruffles going on, darling. Boom. And look at that. Just a few simple kind of like outlines just made that thing pop. Pop. Kind of made it pop, did it? Kind of go in with. What if we knew? I mean, maybe I can kind of go in with this, like, what's the name? Just to outline his head. He got a serious, like, forehead, boy. But I guess they did that on purpose because they wanted to kind of, like, you know, make him, like, really creepy and weird. So you see how that kind of, like, receded that hairline even more, for real. Really like think about it. Kind of receded the hairline even more. Mm-hmm. All right. It's looking good. Looking good, 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 baby. Very good. All right. So I'm happy with that. Very, very happy with that. It looks like way better than I ever thought it would. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. We ain't messing with Tim Curry. I don't even actually. You talking about the actor that acted in this particular movie? And it's funny because I chose this picture because I like this picture better, even though it's of a more current movie. But yeah. All right, so we're good. We're gonna move on to the background. Like, look how fast that went, y'all. We're moving. Okay, we're gonna move on to the background, honey. So again, remember I said we're gonna go with like a darker background. I need it to be really, really dark and kind of get its life together and all the stuff. Because um wait, I'm trying to find a place to put this. I'm trying to find a place to put it. All right, and then I'm gonna wet the background. So yeah, we're gonna go with that darker background because it makes sense. Like the reference photo has a darker background. Now, usually I would say you don't have to like do exactly what's in the reference photo, but at the same time, if it kind of makes sense for the narrative or whatever you're doing or narrative of the movie, I would go ahead and do it. You know what I'm saying? For real. That's good. This is like so good, you guys. It makes me happy. It does. I'm not even gonna lie. It made me very happy. All right, so I'm just gonna wet it down like you do, right? And I'm actually gonna like reinforce my tape. Make sure my tape is not bugging out. This is a horrible tape. Like I need to. I'm not gonna get this tape anymore. I just get like regular, and I'm just doing regular water on the background because I want to get that regular water going first, just to prime the paper, kind of get it done or whatever. And you definitely want to make sure that your project is dry before you even do this. We didn't do anything major just now, so I'm kind of confident with going in with just wetting things and like doing whatever. I'm confident, baby. She's confident. Okay. Just to kind of get it together. And I'm going to go in with this dark crimson. There's a crimson color I'm going to go in with. I'm trying to find some place to put this water. The water. So it's like this dark, I don't know, it's like a crimson red. So it's a really, really dark red. But I'm gonna add a little bit of green to it or black. And that's gonna give me um and actually I could just do that. I'm just gonna put it directly on the paper, why not? But I mean, don't do that unless you know that's what color you really want, right? You really want to make sure that's the color you want. I'm actually gonna spray it just to make sure it stays moist. I put a little bit of blue in there. You see that made it purple. Purple. Purple rain. Purple rain. Look at that. Black owl. That's gonna look good with his little like red whatever he got going on. And actually, that's a little too red. So I'm about to blot some. I mean, that's a little too wet. So be careful of that so you don't have anything running. Because his top is white. His top is white, honey. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, but go on. Everybody goes on social media, and then you go like down the rabbit hole. That's what happened to me today. I went down the rabbit hole. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Look at that. It's looking good. Y'all gonna get some of that glare, some of that good glare, but it's okay, right? It's all right, peeps. It's all right. I mean, again, you guys don't have to put a background. If you do this, you can kind of just take away the tips or whatever, and you don't have to do a background. Um, but for me to stay with the same kind of like theme that I have going already with my whole series, I'm gonna keep with my same kind of like theme. We're gonna roll with it, baby. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So I'm happy with that. If you want to like blot it or do anything now's the time to kind of do it. I'm gonna take some paper towel and I'm just gonna go in and kind of blot like right there near his face, just to have like a focal point. This is the time you can kind of make these. This is the time you can kind of make adjustments as you see fit. All right, and then we're gonna dry it because we're done with that. We are going to dry. Woo! And we moving along, baby. I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. I'm really enjoying this piece today, you guys. I really, really am. She's enjoying it. Okay, she is really enjoying it. Okay, let's try. I need to get some water too. Let's dry and then let's mute really quick. And 1, 2, 3, boom. And we're back and better than ever. I'm always saying that. So we are dry. She's dry. Except if it's like some water over there, but that's for the most part we are dry. That's what we want, baby. And you see how we got like a little bit of that bokeh effect or whatever you want to call it, like the little bit of like texture, kind of like whatever, right? And you guys can't really get the full effect of it because you're kind of seeing it online, but yeah, you get like this like bokeh effect. Hold on, let me adjust the camera just a smidge, so you guys are, yeah. So yeah, you get like that little bit of bokeh effect and all the things. So I'm happy with it. I'm very happy with it. I feel like I can do like a little bit darker right here, maybe darker on the sides. But for the most part, I'm really happy with it. I think I want to add I think I'm gonna put my lines in it though. So let's do our lines. Let's do our lines. And wait, you know what? I want to darken up the edges of his hair. So let's do that. Of course, like you do with the red, right? Same old, same old. Get my little mixing palette. I had a different palette altogether, but I quite know what happened to it yet. It's not computing. I'm not sure what happened to it. Like, what happened to you, honey? Nobody knows. I don't know. I don't know what happened to it. Let's put a little bit here, just to kind of darken up these lines right here. Because I really want these inside the hair to be like kind of like really dark. So I want that hair to kind of really recede. But at the same time, I'm not really going in and adding more color for real. I'm not really adding more color. And that's looking good. It's looking good. So you see I left that like yellowish whatever. So you see kind of why I started with the yellow at the beginning. And then put like a lot of like red at the bottom. And yes. Looking good. All right, so let's look at our reference photo a little bit. And then he has like a lot of, I mean, we're not going to get into all of these details because there's a lot going on. But I mean, I feel like it's pretty good. And then you got that. I mean, he looks pretty pale. That looks pretty pale, right? But we're not really going for something realistic. Like, if I wanted to do something realistic, then you could really, how you do realistic is you really get into the details. Like, you really hone in on those details. And we're not doing that, right? We're doing this as like a fun little thing. So we're not going to hone in on the details. But I am going to do this like red outline at the bottom of his lip. I am going to do that. Yes, I am. All right. Now, let's go in. And I'm going to get my charcoal pencil, but you can use, it's 2 different types of pencils, 3 different types of pencils you can use for like outlines, like temporary outlines, or kind of like drawing things in if you already have like a background in or whatever. And I have my white Faber-Castell pencil, and you can use this for like highlights or whatever. It's actually a watercolor Faber-Castell pencil, but you can actually do it if you want to do like outlines or whatever you want to do, right? So I wanted to do, like, say I wanted to do more like white right here or whatever, I could take my Faber-Castell pencil and do like more white right there and do like a whole thing. Or you can do it here. You can do like a white outline outside of his head and whatever, right? Whatever, you can do like a whole thing, but you can make it up however you want to make it up. But I'm just showing you like how you would actually go about like using these things and doing all the things or whatever, right? That's just my suggestion. But yeah. And then you have the pastel. This is the permanent white pastel pencil that I actually picked up from Plaza Artist Materials. Let me see, will it focus? Well, it'll try to focus. Okay, so you can see it, right? It's a white pastel pencil, or you can get like a regular white charcoal pencil, and that'll do the job too. So I'm gonna go with the pastel pencil because it's basically like chalk. That's what pastels are. They like chalk. Let me see. Is this still wet? No, it's dried up. Okay. That's kind of dried up. Yeah. All right, and I'm gonna help me out. I'm gonna get my T-square. Yeah, I know how I feel about my T-square. Or you could actually use, because we're gonna put our pop art outline, pop art lines. So we're gonna get that going. So I'm gonna have it kind of going parallel right about here. And that's okay. I can't really see my lines. I'm gonna back up a little bit. Boom. All right, I probably should have done this a lot better than I did. Probably should have did it a lot better. All right, so I got that line. Don't worry about that line because I could always erase that if I feel like I want to erase it. And then this is just so I can get accurate lines. And I'm not beating my head up against the wall trying to figure out how to get the lines freehand. Get them accurate lines in, y'all. But again, you guys don't have to do the lines. I'm still going along with my same kind of theme of doing my lines, getting that together. This line is going to end up being a lot smaller. But yo, shout out to everybody. Make sure you guys join the Discord because we're trying to get that popping. Build a community of like-minded people over there. I'm not gonna do too many lines over here because you can't really see too much of that. But that'll kind of like fill the void. But shout out to everybody that actually participated in Spookytober. I love you guys so much. You are an absolute superstar. Thank you. You make everything, the world go round. Yes, indeed, for real. All right, cool. So I got kind of like a basic outline. I'm kind of what I want to do. I can always add extra lines if I feel like I want to, but I feel like I'm good with that. I'm gonna get out my apricot paint because that's what I use usually for like these little outlines or whatever. That's usually what I use. Any little straight lines or whatever, I could always go in. You can, like I said, you could also use tape or whatever you want to use. I got my white paint because I feel like I'm gonna need more white, but maybe I won't need more whites. Maybe she won't, or maybe she will. Okay, here's my apricot. My apricot. Eee. Ow. Ow. All right, cool. Apricot is here, baby. The apricot is here, darling. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and put them down below. This would be a great time. I'll kind of answer questions as I finish out this whole thing. You can feel free to ask me anything you have available. Can you do a drawing class? I'll pay. Yeah. Yeah. Why not? Okay. I didn't even think of that. Like, I mean, oh, you was asking about can I do a drawing class? Sure. Tanya, just let me know. Well, you know what? Speaking of that, I think you was one of the people that was asking me about Patreon. I'm gonna open back my Patreon because I had a lot of people like wanting to like get me to open Patreon back again, and people that were like sad that I had left it. I think I had just got like I was trying to find my direction on Patreon, so I didn't really get like fully into it and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Um, but I am gonna get back into it. December, I'm gonna open it back up. I don't know the exact date, you guys, but I will open my Patreon back up in December. And it's gonna be brand new. I'm gonna be offering brand new stuff. It's gonna be totally different than my old Patreon. Um like mentoring, content creation. I'm gonna because I have a lot of people always asking me like, how do you do a YouTube video? How do you do this, that, and the third? Okay, wait, hold on. But yeah, to answer your question, Tanya, I will like figure out the logistics on creating a course probably for like doing portraits, doing a lot of different things like extensive stuff that is hard for me to kind of teach you on here. So I'm gonna get some white and some um is it over? Is it over now? Are you over? Um so yeah, I'm gonna be offering a lot of different things or whatever. I got some white and I got some apricot and I'm gonna just like pop that in just to give me some color, but I'm gonna water this down. Um yeah, so I had to really figure out what was my direction. I can't really guide. I'm like, I kept saying to myself, you can't guide people where you want them to go if you don't even know where the hell you're going. You know what I'm saying? Um, so that was my issue when I had Patreon open before, is trying to find exactly what I want to be able to offer. I want to be able to offer something that people really want, like people are gonna use. And I noticed that I get a lot of questions about portrait painting, drawing, and content creation, like how to create YouTube videos, what equipment you should use. I mean, and I have helped a lot of people start their channels and just do a lot of things with content creation because I'm really really passionate about that. And I mean, and we're in a content creation boom right now. Content creators, like it's very possible to earn like a full-time living just doing content creation if you really really want it, you know what I mean? So yeah, you guys, I mean, if that's something you guys are really really interested in, like content creation or some other sort of thing, and you want to know like um and you think I should offer that, put it down in the comments, or you could actually put it if you like on the replay or whatever. You should actually do it then. But yeah, just trying to find my direction, making sure I'm offering like all the things that I feel need to be offered. Pretty much, that's where I was with it. You know what I'm saying? The way Danielle can da 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 ba 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 ba. The way Danielle can connect with you. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Please connect with Danielle. Group on Facebook. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Connect with us on the group or in Discord too. Like, for those of you that's really, really interested. And that was another thing. Like, I wanted to make sure that I was actually teaching people that was really, really serious about like, taking their art to the next level, taking content creation to the next level, learning about like content creation and um I got distracted for a minute. Woo! Yeah. So just I need people that's gonna be serious. You know what I'm saying? Like people always like, you know, I want to learn how to, I want to learn how to do content creation. I want to know how to, do, extensive portraits. What the hell is that? It's a fly in my paint, huh? People always say that, but then, you know, I guess a lot of times people don't really realize like it's a lot of work, right? It's loads and loads of work. It's crazy. I can't even tell y'all how much time I spent trying to learn how to paint and going to all these different resources and reaching out to all these different people, especially when I first became an artist. it was like pulling teeth trying to get somebody to tell me just basic stuff. I remember, like, I mean, I'm gonna tell you guys a story, right? When I first became an artist or whatever, and that, you know what, this is before I became an artist. I always been interested in art, and I always believed in like supporting the arts or whatever. So I used to buy like custom art sometime or whatever. And I remember when I first kind of got into art and I really wanted to get into it. And I'll never forget it. This is before I knew anything, like basic stuff, like even like um wait, hold up, y'all. Hold up. Basic stuff like even how to like how to mix the color brown. So I was actually talking to this artist and I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna say what his name is, but um, you know, and I was like, yo, and he was like doing like unique stuff that I felt like, yo, I really want to learn that. I really am like feeling that whole thing, right? So I like reached out to him like, yo, can you like teach me, how do I mix the color brown? Like I asked him like the most basic stuff, right? How do I mix the color brown? Like, oh my god. And now that I think about it, I'm like, damn, Danielle, you like asking him how to mix brown? Like, whatever. Anyway, so I asked him how to mix the color brown or whatever. And um he never answered me. He just like stopped talking to me. Um was acting like really stink and really bougie and like really weird. And I was like, what the hell? And then I went and this is before, like, I feel like a lot of people don't know that they really want to be an artist, or not that they really want to be an artist, but a lot of people don't really know what their calling is. You just kind of like falling into your purpose, right? And that's how it was for me. I was like falling into my purpose and trying to figure out where I belonged in the world, right? Okay, good, babe. I'm glad you're serious. Yeah, because um I'm thinking of like, doing something, but I only want to take on like 10 people, and it's going to be a whole thing. And I'm really going to think of something that's going to be make it where people are going to get what, their money's worth, and at the same time, something that I really wanted to learn when I was like starting the whole process or whatever. Um Let me put a little bit of here. So yeah, and then I went and then like I reached out, and then as I start to kind of progress in my art or whatever, start to really progress and progress and progress. Because I went to the library, I just did a lot of things on my own. I had to hit the ground running, just doing stuff myself, figuring out all these different things, right? And I but that was hard. It was hard because I felt alone. I felt like, damn, nobody wants to help me. Nobody cares. Why are people so evil? I had all these thoughts in my head. I'm like, damn, I thought, artists are supposed to be nice. What happened? Or whatever. I don't know what I was kind of thinking in my head or whatever, but um, that I mean, now that I'm kind of like more established, I kind of get why sometimes you may be like, yo, I don't want to answer this person because it's too much going on. Um, but at the same time, like, yo, I mean, if it's not for your people, if it's not for people supporting you and like caring about you, and you know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't be anywhere or whatever, right? So anyway, I mean, I kind of went on a rant, but like to make a long story short, I'm digging these like 4-way whatever that we have going on here, y'all. Um, yeah, Tanya, I got you. Yo, join the Discord, join the group. And we're gonna stay in major contact for real. As I kind of plan things out. But yeah, I remember those days, y'all. I remember those days feeling like total just dookie, right? Let me put this line here, y'all. Put the line here, y'all. Yeah, so he like rejected me and he just like made me feel stupid. I felt so many emotions going into, and then I mean, not that that's what he was meaning to do. I don't know where his mind was, but the fact that he never even responded, that he just kind of like, you know what I mean? Like acted like, I don't know, like I don't know, it was just really weird, that whole interaction with him. And I just remember how I felt about it, you know? And like I said, as I continue to kind of move through my career, and I don't know if I want to put this line here or not. I don't think I do. Maybe I'm gonna put it here. Yeah, let's put it there. Boom. There we go. Um, and I know I tell this story all the time, but I mean it traumatized me for real, because then I started to realize how shitty and shady people are. You know what I'm saying? Yay! Hey, hey, thank you for joining the Discord, honey. Welcome to the Creative Girl family. Thank you for being a part of the crew. I mean, you've been rocking with me for a while. You've been rocking with me for a couple of years now, right? 2 years, maybe? Yeah. Yes, girl. Yes, girl. So yeah. I remember uh just feeling crappy about it. Just feeling like totally crappy about the whole situationship. Okay, so this is cool. I'm gonna dry, and then we're gonna put like the white highlights and kind of get our lives together. Yes. You guys ready? 1, 2, 3. And we're back and better than ever. um, all right. I went on like a rant, y'all. I'm like triggered. I'm triggered. I usually hate when people say that, but I'm triggered for real. And what was I saying? Like for real, like. But yo, that was a pivotal moment for me, and it told me everything I needed to do. It was a super duper pivotal moment. I was like, bro, I don't want to ever feel this way, and I want to make sure that nobody ever feels that way. Like I want to make sure that if I ever get into a position where I can help somebody or I can, teach somebody or pay it forward, I'm never going to make people feel like crap. You know what I mean? I want people to feel, because when you feel like crap, you feel just demotivated. Like you don't want to learn. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, y'all didn't ask for all that. Y'all didn't ask for it, did y'all? Y'all did not ask for all that. So I'm just doing little outlines or whatever, just to kind of make that pop. So I'm just doing straight up white, trying to make it straight up white. Straight up white, baby. Is it white, baby? Now he looks nice and sinister, yes? You could actually get a Posca pen and kind of do these white outlines too if you wanted to. Which I think I might end up doing just because, to make my life easier. Get a straight up Posca pen. But yeah, if you guys have any more questions, ask me anything. Like love and hip hop, ask me anything. No, let me stop. Alright, so the good thing with the Posca pen is you can kind of guide your hand a lot better than if you straight up went in there with a brush. Only thing with Posca pen, that's permanent, right? Because it's like acrylic paint. So you better make sure you want it. You want it, honey. Better make sure you want this. So I went down a rabbit hole on social media today. All right, cool. So it's looking good. So that little bit of white makes it pop. It's making it pop. It's making it pop. Oh, question of the day. Y'all, what's the question of the day? Tomorrow's finale. What would you guys like to paint? Put it down in the comments. And we just might do it. Put it down in the comments. What would you like to paint tomorrow? Because tomorrow's the finale. It's the last day. It's our last day, y'all. So I would like to paint something y'all would like to paint. Of course, it should be a 90s movie, but it don't have to necessarily be a 90s movie. It could be any type of movie. I know uh my son's father, he sent me he's like a movie buff like me. So he sent me like a whole list and it had like Casper the Ghost on it. I was like, oh my god, no. We're not doing Casper the Ghost. Okay, so I'm happy with that, you guys. What do you think so far? It's time. You know what time? Time for the percolator. Time for the. Y'all know what time it is. It's time to peel the tape, honey. So if you have any last minute questions, now is the time, honey. And don't forget to join our community over on Discord. Like and subscribe. All right. Peel the tape. Like and subscribe. Ooh, my hand is wet. Like, stop it. All right, hold up. Hold up. We got to dry that before we peel to tape. Hold up, y'all. 1, 2, 3, and go. All right. You know what it is. We're back and better than ever. I was going to say that. Like, we're back and better than ever. Okay. All right. And we're good. It's all good in the hood, baby. And the good thing about it is right after you blow dry, your tape should be nice and ready. Is it ready? Should be nice and ready, darling. Do 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 do. Na na na. La 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 la. Now I'm gonna put high resolution photos of all of these past ones that we did up on my Instagram per usual, you guys. So if you want, you can get at me on there or the Discord. I usually put it up in the Discord too. So you'll see it in the Discord or any other place like that. You can get at me at Creative Real Color. You can tag me if you happen to participate in 10 days of Spookytober. And this is our finished piece. Look at it, darling. Look at it. Look at it. Okay, look at it, Linda. Look at it. Okay, stop playing. Look at it. It's gorge. Yes. I love that. I love that for us, right? We it looks good. It looks so beautiful. I love it. What do you guys think? Comment below and let me know. What are you feeling about a chat? Are you loving it? Let's kind of I feel like it's going along with the collection, honey. Here's yesterday's. Oh Lord, he looks ugly. He's ugly, but it's still kind of going. But he looks ugly too. But this is nice too, like right. But it's like night and day. I don't know what's going on. It's like night and day, honey. What is it? What is it, Linda? What happened? What happened? Like, Poppy, what happened? What happened to you? You know what I'm saying? What happened to you, Poppy? That's what they say when you go into the bodega. We're like, what happened to you, mommy? You look ugly today. What happened to you? Oh my God. So do we have any last minute questions? Here's your time to get it in. Thank you so much, V. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Tanya, for joining the Discord and popping in. Thank you so much to everybody that tuned in and that kept me company. You an absolute superstar. If you made it this far and you on Pun the Replay, put down in the comments the real MVP to kind of confuse people and so they trying to figure out what the hell's going on, right? Like, what? The real MVP? What is she talking about? What is she like, what is she talking about? Like, yay, we did it, y'all. We did it. We did it. We did it. Like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. And yeah, that's it, you guys. Same time, same place. You know what it is. Tomorrow is the finale. So same time, same place. Okay. We're going to do it again. 6:30 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. It's going down. If you have some ideas on what you want to paint for our finale, go ahead and put it in the chat, or either you can put it in the comments when the video is over. And that'll be that. You know what I'm saying? That'll be the end of that, honey. Yeah. And I love you guys so, so much. I love you guys so, so much. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Same time, same. Same time, same place. Okay? Oh, man. Bye.